deliver us. Deliver a review, but I don't know about us. So let's see what the IMDb plot has to say. When a nun in a remote convent claims immaculate conception, the Vatican sends a team of priests to investigate. Of course they would. Concerned about an ancient prophecy that a woman will give birth to two twin boys. One the Messiah, the other the Antichrist. All right, fun stuff in that. Off the top, a couple of things. I got to see this courtesy of the Popcorn Frights Film Festival, so I thank them for allowing me to see this. I know this is also a new movie just releasing, so we will keep this as spoiler free as possible. Um, religious movies are a tough one. Especially the more into, the deeper they get into the religion of it, just because of my lack of religious knowledge. So sometimes it gets away from me. But it seems, as from the uh, description there, it's pretty safe to say, there are two twin boys here, and we're worried about basically, if they're going to be good or bad, or one will be good and one will be bad, or who will win out between the two, or whatever else is going on there. So, um, that's the obvious concern here. But uh, watching the movie, and I guess what's basically going to happen here is you're going to start off with a very yeah, I'm going to be rained down here, struck with lightning here. But you get a good scene here where you're going to see a bunch of, I believe it was nuns, uh, basically get killed. And yeah, it's a horrible thing, but we're here to watch horror, and that's what they give you. A bunch of I might have also been some priests too. I don't remember exactly, but let's just say a lot of religious people are going to get killed here early in the movie, and that kind of sets the tone. So you can strike me down with lightning for enjoying that to start. But then, obviously, like I said, uh, the Vatican is going to have to send someone here to investigate. We're a little concerned about those murders, but also uh, the main reason behind it is a woman who is going to give birth here. Um, Kind of in a weird way, it's almost also like they have, while the priest is there, they're also sending somebody there to also kill her, and that doesn't seem very religious now. So I don't know. So a lot of religious and anti-religious stuff happening here in this one. Um, and the priest is going to come and to kind of investigate and try to do the usual thing we kind of see, and what is happening with this woman, why she's pregnant, what's the story with these babies, and kind of the good and the bad of the situation. And I'll say that as this started to unfold, and really not seeing the IMDb plot before and knowing anything that's going to happen, I thought we were headed into the exorcism kind of movie. That was kind of my expectation. I knew it. I knew it. I did know a little. I thought. That it was going to be a religious themed movie, and that's pretty obvious from the poster and just the very little that you see. Uh, but I kind of had it on the surface that we were going to see that kind of movie, um, but it wasn't, and I liked that because I've been kind of tired of. I know we're getting another exorcism movie, but tired of exorcism movies because a lot of them are very similar, and I don't know, just they seem to then just want to flip somebody on their back and do that weird walk and call it a day, and whatever. We've seen it. It's creepy, but we've seen it, so it's like we have something different. Um, but yeah, so it didn't become an exorcism movie, and so I liked that definitely. And what it does, it only says horror here, but it almost becomes like a semi-action movie adventure because it's going to kind of get to the point where the priest has to make a decision whether he's really going to save this woman and save her children and kind of go along with the plan here. And as then they make their escape from where they are and go to another territory, it's almost like kind of almost becomes like an action kind of filmish and so forth. And like I said, they're going to send people after her, um, and so forth. So it's got a little bit of that in it, but it is definitely going to have a religious side of it to it. So if you're into that, not into that, or how much you like that in your horror, I don't know. Um, I kind of really wasn't worried about that. I kind of saw the theme. There are going to be some religious kind of situations, and you want to call them miracles or anti-miracles, whatever, good or bad, that's going to happen. Um, Obviously, the two kids are there, and they're going to play somewhat role in what's going on here. But yeah, it is mostly about the priest and kind of him trying to save her, and there's going to be another guy that comes along is on for the ride, and I don't know if you want to call them twists and turns, but maybe certain things you would expect from this kind of movie, maybe not along the way. Um, there's really, there's a couple of scenes where I believe it kind of goes into like a dream or different, especially early on when the priest is kind of struggling with figuring out what to do. Um, where I believe it was him, if not, it was a woman. I don't remember. And actually, is it the one that's in the poster? Yeah, I think it's her. It's there's it looks like a pool and it's cut out. It looks like it's cut out in snow, and she's walking to it, but it's in the shape of a cross. So that comes in a dream sequence, and that was a really cool scene. It really makes for the cool poster too. So obviously you guys caught that maybe at the beginning. If not, it'll be at the end of this review. Um, but it's not just a poster; you actually kind of get to see a scene of that in the movie. So that was really interesting there. So they're gonna have a few of those moments too, where it's kind of like a dream sequence, and to try to kind of throw you off or creep you out from whatever way you want to take it. But that was a particularly good scene there, and it's good to see a moment captured on the poster too, not just some whatever. Um, but I don't really want to give away too much of the back half of the movie and what happens. But it's going to be, a good adventure to go on with them, and obviously the religious theme in the background that's going to play a role in it. So, if I would say, if you're looking for a religious themed horror movie that is not an exorcism or not really into that, this might be the way to go. Is it gonna get super creepy and so forth? Like maybe an exorcism movie might try to go. I'm not sure. Like I said, really enjoyed that opening scene and striking me down. Um, but it will have its moments. I think there is another bloody or two moment along the way. Again, while trying to protect her, and there's obviously going to always be that battle of good versus bad in the movie, and not just the obvious, but even the good characters are going to have to fight the bad within themselves, and so forth, and that kind of thing, and all those religious good things and stuff going on. I don't know, whatever. Um, but yeah, I don't want to get like too much into to the details and spoil anything in the back half of the movie. Um, but I think one of the things that yeah, like I'm just glad that it didn't go in the direction I thought it did, and gave me something a little bit different. The acting is good. It definitely had its moments. It shot well. Obviously, I understand, if I read right, that scene in the snow, wasn't fake, that they did all that, which is pretty impressive if so. Um, and just a great visual, and so it has the level of darkness to it. Early on when they're in the wherever their setting is, the convent or whatever, it is kind of dark and creepy as so forth. And I think we've seen that in there. I didn't see the Nun yet, so I don't even want to get in that. But yeah. So yeah, it is kind of creepy for a convent. I mean, thought it should be nice or whatever, but there is some creepiness to that. But yeah, I'm gonna give it three pools of blood. You know, it was it is probably, I think I'm gonna say that a lot of people are gonna like it. It was really well done. I thought it was gonna get a little bit more push than maybe it seems that it didn't. I, maybe they, well, I guess with the Exorcist coming out, it would have been hard to put it out another week. But coming out just before October hits, it's one to see. I would say, why not? It's going to have its moments. And again, if you're into religious theme horror, um, this might be for you. That's again outside of an Exorcist type movie, or might even get you in the mood for the upcoming Exorcist movie. I don't know, but definitely well done, well shot, well acted, and a good story in the end. Why not? Why not protect some babies, and that might be good or evil. So a good story. So, yeah, before I am struck down by lightning, three pools of blood, that is out of five. And horrorsquarereviews.blogspot.com is where you can find all my reviews, written and video. But if you're just interested in these video reviews, subscribe, like everybody else wants to do. If not, no worries. Twitter, Facebook information down below as well. Feel free to follow, like, and then join me there. Talk horror and whatever else there. And in the comment section, if you eventually get to see this movie, did it deliver for you? And what kind of score did you give it? I'd be interested in to see. But I hope you guys will give this a chance. It is definitely a solid film, and worth viewing. So with that, again, three pools of blood, and that is out of five. And I will catch you on the next review, horror fans.